So there was one waiting that was kind of weird. All right. I'm going to do the collective, and it's easier to do live because it takes too long to upload where I'm at right now. Okay. So I don't know how many will join this time of day, but I'm just going to get going right away on the collective. So there's some really crazy energy going on, you guys. There's literally a lot of darkness being thrown at everybody right now. So we're having like weird symptoms here. Some of you may be having this like weird water retention. Okay, I noticed my face is kind of bloated. Okay, just kind of darkness is what I'm seeing. Okay, just 1 second here. Can you put him upstairs? Okay, so sorry, I had to put the baby to bed. Yep, there's like water retention going on. I noticed my face is like more round the last couple of days. You guys, there's some really dark energy going on. Some people are saying like there's spell work going on, which yeah, that probably is part of it for some, okay? But I kind of tuned into what the energy was because I had to clear it off. And it was like major jealousy. That is exactly what I felt, okay? The jealousy is so insanely intense, you guys, I know. So a lot of you are getting some jealous energy, okay? So, yeah, I was feeling so good and like had all this energy, and all of a sudden yesterday morning I was like sluggish and had all this water retention, and I'm like, what is going on here? And for me, when this dark energy gets thrown around and stuff like that, like it feels like there's weights on my feet and I can hardly move. It's hard to be motivated to like even like go leave the house and that sort of thing. And this energy is trying to cord you literally back to your old self. And yeah, headaches was another one people were talking about because I kind of asked around. Okay, there was attacks on the third eye. I even got a pimple on my third eye. Okay. But this is trying to pull you back to your old life, you guys. This is trying to get you out of your path completely. Because literally, like, the water weight went on overnight. It was absolutely insane. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people have had to sage their house. Like, I talked to a few people and they said that exact same thing. So this is collectively going on is what I'm picking up here. Okay. And you guys, people's thoughts and bad thoughts and that sort of thing is definitely creating a lot of this, okay? It is induced by outside forces to get them to do it. But yeah, the jealousy, because a lot of you are on a good path. You're on a straight path right now. You've been on an amazing path. You start feeling good, right? And all of a sudden, boom, like shit just hit the fan, right? That's kind of what happened, okay? Because that's what it was for me. And I could feel these old energies starting to come back in. I had to block a few people on my channel with smart ass remarks because that's usually what happens is people attack my social media accounts and it correlates with the energy I'm feeling. So it's definitely like sent out. You know, we are at a place where there is such a divide in the spiritual community right now. It's literally just like this right now, okay? My recommendation is to not react to it, okay? Just say I do not consent. You know, leave me be. Okay, the projection is really, really intense. Thank you, Vanessa, for the donation. The jealousy is intense, you guys, but the projection is really what it boils down to, okay? People are running out of sources to dump their darkness on right now, and they're trying everything, okay? So it's like guilt trips, you know, that sort of thing. And like for me, you guys, like I run my channel the way I run my channel, and I've had a few people kind of smart ass remarks trying to tell me how to run my channel, what I should talk about, how I should act, and I'm not gonna tolerate that shit, okay? And you shouldn't either. So send that energy to source, okay? Just send it off to source. Don't even bother sending it back, because if you send it back, they just send it back again, okay? So send it off to source, okay? Do not consent to it. This is just a lure to try to prison you back to your old ways, okay? And I just felt like my old wounds trying to come back. And I was like, no, I've worked way too hard. Well, you know what, you guys, a lot of the twin flame teachings is black magic. So just be very careful with the twin flame stuff, okay? I'm just going to warn you of that. All right, there's a lot of programs with twin flames and beings that I kind of talk against that and encourage people to step out of the programs and teachings and to be self. There is a lot of attacks on my channel just because of that in general. So I don't even really teach twin flame stuff, you guys. That is not something I teach, really. I mean, I put it on with soulmates, twin flames, whatever your connection is. It doesn't even matter to me anymore what you want to call your connection at this point, because there's so much distortion, okay? And, you know, I feel like our twin flames attacked. I don't really believe in the whole twin flame thing. You know, I don't believe in the whole, like, 3D union, this fairy tale kind of thing. I don't. I believe it's a good learning tool for ascension and growth and to expel the energy and move forward and that sort of thing. But I really don't like buy into the whole teachings and the fairy tale ending, because it's not what it is. It's a learning tool. It's to get back pieces of yourself. Your twin flame is inside of you. Okay. Like I said, divine counterparts, yes, real thing. Divine connections, real thing. Okay. So I just kind of stick to that. There is spell work done on the twin flame teachings to keep people lured back in. That is going on right now, okay? Because people are waking up to this vicious loop with the twin flame stuff for years and years and years of this vicious loop, and it's turning into just a continuous karmic loop, right? And people are waking up to that. So the twin flame stuff is coming back around and going, oh, well, you're going to get your union. It's going to happen, and you have to have your union. And people are getting lured back into the teachings right now. So that's another thing as well. There's literally a new rollout, a new lure to get people back in. Okay, these spiritual programs, you guys, just be very careful what you trust, because there's a lot of dark magic to get people into like a trance or mesmerized to follow it. Okay, it's very cultish to me. Okay, that kind of like to follow a certain dynamic that defines who you are anyways is just kind of cultish. Okay, so there's a lot of weird shit. You know, so whatever you want to believe in, you know, whatever label of your connection, that's on you. Just be very careful with teachings you're following. There is a lot of times a third energy that's siphoning off twin flame connections, and I see cords between them, sucking them together. There's energy siphoning, and there's handlers behind the twin flame connections. Okay, and then the twin flames connections, a lot of times what the feminine does is blames everybody else for stopping their union when there's actually a full program going on. I could go on about this for days, but I think a lot of you know what's happening here. So obsessing about a twin flame connection, worrying about a union with the twin flame connection, worrying about the masculine and obsessing about what they're doing and who's stopping their path, that's going to stop you. That is literally allowing yourself to be prisoned back. Okay, that is my belief on it, because anything that you're obsessing about or is defining you, okay, or your adamant has to be your destiny right now is like allowing yourself to be stagnant. Okay, a lot of the feminines are struggling with this. So those feminines that have been moving forward, like me, I've been feeling super free for quite a while right now, and I've been going towards, you know, more of a divine path of my own, or like just feeling more free going about stuff and trusting and that sort of thing. So then there's attacks that come in. Okay, because freedom is evil. That is seen as evil. And adamant that your life cannot continue until you establish this 3D union, that's control. Okay, so I'm just going to be honest. And a lot of you that have gotten into the organic timeline where you have claimed your divinity, your freedom, okay, that sort of thing, They're like, oh no, let's get them locked back into something. Oh no, they can't be free. So it's coming back and going, oh, what about your twin flame connection? Okay. You're not living on this earth to be tied down and chained to something. Okay? So whether you're supposed to be with that individual or not, that will prevail on its own. But letting go of the result is really important. Okay? Because a lot of these teachings about that stuff, you guys, is literally out just to make a ton of money off you and keep you wounded. Okay? That's not love and light. That's bullshit. And I got told because I swear I'm not love and light. That's bullshit too. I don't give a shit. Okay? It's my channel. Okay? So if you have embraced the organic timeline and been completely free, I saw someone talk about guides. Be very careful about that too. Okay? Be careful what you're like communicating with, what you're connecting with. I'm serious. There's so much deception, even with, you know, guides, past loved ones, everything. There's so much deception. Well, you know what? I'm not going to stop cussing and I don't give a shit. So, all right. So to repel this dark energy, guys, like I said, just kind of imagine it coming out and tell Source, take this dark energy away from me. I do not consent like that. I do not consent to this energy. You know, I used to just send it back to sender, okay, but then it would just come back to me again. So now I'm like, go back to Source, or I stand on the ground and imagine the dark energy going down through my feet, like down through the crown, through my body, to my feet, and shoot it back into the ground, okay? And the ground holds light, so just imagine the light coming up as you, that's how you can ground yourself as well. Take the light out of the ground, take the darkness and shoot it back into the ground. If you have the temptation to be prisoned to something right now that is not benefiting you in the current day, okay, let go. That is my recommendation. That is why a lot of these twin flame connections, I always say, you know, there's so much stuff up in the air about these connections. If they're going to prevail, it's something you can't hold on to. I mean, you can do what you want. You have free will. Do what you want. I'm just the person sending out the information, okay? Because I work directly from source, you guys. I do not have guides. I have nothing, you know, nothing like that. Okay, so it's totally up to you. And I hate all this water weight around my face from the attack the last couple days. I hate that. Because I was like feeling like bomb ass diggity, and now I got this shit. Okay. So, you know what? You don't have to like what I teach. You don't have to like me. You can call me evil. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck, because I'm pretty confident in my truth. And ego, yeah, I got a little bit of ego because we're supposed to have some, okay? We're supposed to have some. Hi, Lone Wolf. Yeah, I noticed you've been on lately. I was thinking about you too. So you still have some ego, you know, 50% ego, 50%, you know, not having the ego. That's kind of where you want to be, is the 50-50. You don't want to have no ego, you guys, because I used to do that and be just like love and light only. And what happened was I got taken advantage of. I got dark attachments. Okay, so be careful. It's about self-preservation. Yeah, the Leo. I have a lot of Leo energy too. Yep. Every time you choose freedom, you guys, there's temptations, that sort of thing. Oh, hi Stella. I'll probably do a video on my Patreon at some point. Here, my internet is not the best. It takes so long to upload videos. That's why I've been kind of MIA. So until I go to my next destination, my internet's not the best where I'm at, and sometimes it cuts out. So I'll probably do a video on abundance, because a lot of this is lures to stop your divine abundance, you guys, okay, which is happiness. Do not back out of your truth, okay? That's why if you want to follow the twin flame stuff, that's fine, as long as you're happy and free. I don't care what you're doing, okay? I really don't. Physical ascension symptoms, attacks. Attacks have a silver lining because they promote growth. So, play both. All right? So if you guys would like to donate to my channel, I do appreciate it. Okay, I have PayPal and Cash App as well. So that's below. But don't buy off the Amazon wish list because I'm not going to be home for a while. So, oh, thank you. I actually feel like I don't look very good right now because I have this bloat from these weird energies. Okay. Um, so yeah. But it'll be okay. So we'll see what's going on with the feminine. Judgment. Okay. So what I feel about that, you guys, is that we are definitely getting tested. I do feel that with the feminine right now, that some of these are divine tests. So, you know, you can see everything from source, which I do feel at the end of the day, even if it's dark, it's from source. I do feel it is about the dark and light balance at the end of the day. So the dark attacks are sent by source as well because it helps and promotes growth, right? So that's why the dark attacks can be seen as, you know, growth pain, growing pains too, because that's what it is. Okay, so conforming is a test. Yes, conforming, that is the good way to say it. People are trying to get me to conform, so I know what's happening to you guys, okay? Like, you're not coming from love and light, you need to do this, or you're not this and that. I had a few like comments on my channel I deleted, okay? It's just like people want to come in and try to tell you, well, look, I'm tied down to this, so you need to do that too. Like, you need to be tied down like I am. That's a projection, okay? And to tell you that you need to be like them or whatever, or you need to be the definition of what they feel that you should be, this is trying to get you to conform. So fuck that. You are not here to conform to somebody else's perception of you. Because I guarantee at the end of the day, that individual trying to get you to conform does not care. Okay, they do not care. And that's where I'm teaching the feminine as well. You can't get the masculine energy to conform either, because some of you have tried that, right? It doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't work. It creates, for me, it creates more defiance. I'm just like, nope, I'm not conforming. You know, that's how I am, you guys, all right? So we'll see what's going on with the feminine energy. Yeah. A lot of you guys have endings coming in. And this card came up the other day for the feminine. You guys, big endings coming in, okay? These endings are never endings lately is what I feel, okay? Because this is how you find your divine path. You know, anybody that is not meant to be in your path are always being pulled out, you guys. And what this does sometimes, though, for me especially, is it creates like a mistrust with individuals that have my best interest, okay? So just be aware of that and know the difference, okay? Because it kind of can draw you into that direction where you don't trust. And I feel like with this death card and this white rose here, how I see this today is the temptation not to end these cycles, okay? So it's like, well, come back and be miserable with me because I'm miserable today. Some of you are dealing with this workplace, dealing with this in your workplace, I'm hearing. Some of you are dealing with this, you know, with your friends, okay, however it may be. I just know it's happening because when I see it going on in social media towards myself and others, it's like, yep, there we go. All right, so just keep following the enlightened path and don't let go of that enlightened path, okay? Just keep trusting source and just, you know, release the energy. And I know it sucks when you're transmuting this energy. You know, it sucks because you get really depressed for a bit, you get really down, and sometimes it's really hard not to let it get to you or wonder what you're doing wrong, okay? That's okay to feel those things, you know, as part of the transmuting. You might even break down, cry, that sort of thing, okay? Yeah, and sometimes you do have to take time away. That's why, like, on this island that I'm on right now, like, the internet's really choppy and stuff, and it's like, okay, let's just take a little break from the phone. People's readings can wait. I know people are like, I ordered a reading. I'm like, yeah, I understand that, but look, this is just how it is right now. Okay, so a lot of us with the Hermit, we are kind of doing that. The feminine here is just kind of withdrawing and, you know, releasing, letting go, okay, and people are coming in trying to get you to conform. We are shifting majorly. The feminine energy, the collective of the feminine is shifting majorly into the organic timelines, you guys. There's more than one organic timeline. It's all up to you when you want to choose what you want to choose. It's still organic. It doesn't matter. It's the one timeline, but it's different possibilities in that organic timeline. And when you're in that organic timeline, you guys, nothing is controlling you or conforming you. Nothing. Okay? So somebody wants to be a dickhead and come in and be like, you have to conform. No. No, you don't. Okay, this whole world thinks that everyone has to conform. Sometimes we tolerate things just to avoid conflict, or just to not have to deal with people getting pissy and stuff like that, which we kind of need to stop some of that too, temporarily conforming. But if you're conforming and it's not you, you should be temporary, okay? That's what I'm saying. You don't want to go work a miserable job for the rest of your life and never have identity, or let that job define you and never find identity out of that, that sort of thing. 'Cause conforming literally blocks your sacral chakra really bad and causes you to not have that identity, okay? You guys are learning the definition of love right now, is what I'm hearing as well, for feminine energy. Okay? You've been in a muddled thinking about love lately, is what I'm hearing. Oh, thank you, Noel Marie. Yeah, I've been on here since 2000. Well, I've been doing readings online since 2015, but I think I've had my channel since 2018. So yeah, it's been a while now, but it's kind of cool. So a lot of you are feeling defensive today, and this is okay, but just know you do not have to prove yourself to anybody to find your divine path. That's the thing. That's what we're trying to get away from right now, is having to prove ourselves, conform. Bullshit. Organic path, divine path, you do not have to conform to anything. That's the point. You don't conform to anything you don't want to conform to. Okay? You don't have to answer to anybody you don't want to answer. You don't owe explanations for who you are. You don't owe explanations for who you once were. You owe nothing to anybody. Okay? You only owe it to yourself to find your divine path. And those that are meant to come in and be there for you and part of your divine path, they will come in. You don't have to force them to come in. You don't have to beg for them to come in. They do come in. It's happening to me. It's happening to a lot of other people. These individuals that are meant to be there, they won't have conditions behind it, you guys. They won't throw things out at you, okay? It's like we're letting go of all these old programming and ways, okay? Some of you are like joining forces with soul family. I do see that coming in, okay? And when this happens, you guys, when the holders of light actually get together, there's a lot of drama every time, okay? There's a lot of drama every fucking time, because the ones that are on the false timelines that are controlled and conforming to some shit try to come in and lure you back, okay? When people of the light do get together, there's always some sort of chaos or obstacles coming in, okay? So I do feel a lot of you are like joining forces with people to actually go on these missions together, to actually, create something with others, okay? I don't feel this is just a love connection, you guys. I feel like it's friends and that sort of thing as well. Others of your like kind, okay? Others in a similar dynamic that you're in. And they're all different. And that's the coolest thing about it. Joining forces with people, they're all different. They have different cultures. They have different beliefs. And that's the awesome part about it. I'm watching these puzzle pieces come together. It's great. Okay? It's the balancing act. It's like these individuals aren't trying to steal my place. I don't try to steal their place. That sort of thing. Or the jealousy is non-existent. Okay? It's the balancing, the helping, not trying to overpower each other, not trying to conform. It's awesome. And people don't want to see that. Okay, so that's why a lot of you are getting this attacking bullshit energy, to get you to not trust that. To get you to not trust the organic path. Okay? To get you to feel that you have to follow a program, or you have to follow a group or conformity to exist. Bullshit. Bullshit again. Alright? Yeah, okay, Sarah that said meet a specific masculine soon. Yes, this is happening now, okay? And I've done a lot of readings where I saw another masculine, and I even got the zodiac sign of that masculine. I didn't see exactly who, but a lot of my feminine collective are messaging me, and they're coming in, and they really are. They're there. It's real, okay? Or they're figuring it out or putting it together, okay? Some of these are exes. Shockingly for some of these are like friends or people from childhood coming back. It's like all different stories right now, okay? It's real. Source always has your back when you follow Source. Always protects you, always finds a way, always has an alternative, Okay? That is why my teachings is like, let go of the twin flame shit right now and just kind of go along with stuff, because your twin flame is your inner masculine and feminine balance. Okay? So get in union with yourself. Trust. Trust. Okay? So some of you are definitely feeling like you need to take some sort of break right now from, you know, technology, from individuals that are not serving. Like, you're feeling you need to take a break. That is fine. Okay? Because I kind of picked that up as well. I've been kind of doing as well. It's like, well, I kind of have choppy internet. You know, I'll get your readings when I can anyways, and just kind of taking a break. Okay? The work will be there when I get back, right? So, yeah, the waking up to everything, like, that's what's been going on last year, is we're all waking up to these programs. We're all waking up to these conformities right now. Like, we're waking up to everything. Yes, Stella, you can actually. You can manifest whatever you want. Okay? So, that's what we're waking up to. Like, you know, the last year has been a mixed blessing for so many of us, because all of these things that have been conforming us and defining us, we didn't see before, and it's all slowly coming to the surface so we can find that divine path, that path of divinity. Okay? So, and some of you have been working on your distorted masculine energy with the Emperor in reverse here. Okay, you're working on your distorted masculine is what I'm seeing, like your inner distorted masculine. And this is what's going to project out and bring in the type of masculine that you're seeking, okay? Because a lot of you have been dealing with a toxic masculine for a long time, and you've been trying to conform them to what you want, okay, or what you think it should be, or trying to get a union, or trying to force the union, or whatever. Okay, so you're learning that if you just continue on healing your own inner masculine, that what's meant to come will come. Okay, a lot of you are learning that. And if it's that individual, it will be, right? These paths cannot be forced. They cannot. And that is the whole point of having a divine path to begin with, is to not force it. Okay, so a lot of you are getting things turning in the right direction here. You have anxiety the last couple of days. That's what I'm picking up as well. Just kind of an anxiousness, uneasy energy. Okay. Pride. Okay. And how I see this, you guys, feminine working on pride right now, it's half and half. It is okay to be proud of who you are. It is okay to love yourself. It is okay to look at yourself and go, I love myself, I'm beautiful, and this and that. It is okay. And how I see this is that we're told that's not okay. Okay? So a lot of you are dealing with guilt about feeling proud, and I deal with this too. Okay? This is a very common energy in the feminine. Okay? So there's a difference between ego, because ego comes from a wounded place, like a distorted ego, because there is healthy ego. There is the healthy balance with ego. But wounded ego comes from distortion and wounded energy is how I feel. And it's more like, how do I explain it? Like engaging in toxicity still, and kind of having a false power with it, if that makes sense. And like a healthy ego is like self-preservation, preserving self, like knowing that you love yourself and you're okay with it, that loving yourself is not hurting others, controlling others, you know, feeling free, that sort of thing, but knowing that others are not going to come in and make you conform. That's like a healthy ego. Okay. Being okay with being more than you once were, that's a healthy ego. Okay. Money obsession is unhealthy ego. And like I said, engaging in toxic activities in the name of going, oh, it makes me feel powerful, that sort of thing. Okay? So you guys are kind of balancing this out and learning what's okay and what's not okay, what's bad ego, what's good ego. Okay? If your divine counterpart compares you to others, I would definitely let go of that connection. I'm just going to say that, because that is like trying to cord you to other people and feed your energy to others. And it's actually very common and happens a lot. Okay? Because when we do clearings or remove the toxic cores out of people, there's a lot of that going on. Okay, and if you get jealous or upset about it, then you're feeding your energy to that situation. So be careful where you're feeding your energy to. There is portal energy. And these portals can have a two-way street to them. They can be designed to take the light out of them. They can be designed to siphon the dark, to siphon your light and give you the dark, okay? So it's all about kind of playing with the portals and knowing what's good. I don't recommend playing with the portals like in like dark shit or anything like that, but it's how do you utilize the portals? You know, are you going to draw out the light and take the light from them? It's just like the moon. How I see the moon. People are like, oh, the moon is an illusion. It's fake. It's this and that. Okay, the moon is an energy siphoning device. But you guys, you can take the energy out of it and utilize it as well. A lot of people give energy to the moon. And they don't even realize it. Doing a ritual or, you know, whatever they're doing with the moon energy, they're giving their energy to it instead of actually taking energy from it. So yeah, these portals have a two-way street. All right? And that's why we're getting attacked right now, because some people are allowing themselves to be taken off the organic path, or there's a big rude awakening that they're not even on the organic path. Okay, they're on the controlled ones. I had a similar dream, Lone Wolf. I actually had similar feelings. And I had discussions last night with people about that, like, feeling like the different dimensions and things. Yeah, that's going on. It's a little bit weird. How do you take energy with the moon? You just, I don't know, you just draw it in, you just take it, you know, you just, when you're doing your rituals, or for me, I just kind of, you know, in my head say like, I want to end these cycles, you know, I want a new beginning, and I just kind of imagine myself taking the energy from the moon instead of like praising the moon, okay? Okay. See what's going on with the masculine. For some of you, what I hear is that the feminine that are in a really good place, the masculine's coming in and causing self-sabotaging for the feminine. Okay, I'm hearing that right off the bat. So some of you are in this amazing energy and the masculine comes in, or their energy comes in, or you get tempted by going back to obsessing about this connection, whatever your story is. Okay, and they're causing the self-sabotaging because that's how they get a feed out of you, because some of you are getting into this longing energy about the masculine. I know this isn't exactly the masculine energy right now I'm reading, but it's the feminine, but it's the masculine's part in it, is that there's something here that's causing the feminine to self-sabotage with the Queen of Swords in reverse. That's what I'm seeing. And with the Knight of Wands, I do feel that there's some game playing going on with the masculine, like in and out, in and out, in and out, that sort of thing. Okay, game playing, trying to trigger you, yada, yada, yada. Okay, and this may be others around you that are in a distorted masculine as well, you guys. So it may go, you know, it may resonate for other parts of your life, or your own self, your inner masculine is causing your inner feminine to self-sabotage, because this happens as well. Okay. When you're in organic timelines, there's no rules to follow, if that makes sense. There's morals, there's, you know, natural law sort of thing. I don't even like laws of the universe. I think there's deception behind that as well. You're not following certain rules or dynamics. Okay. If you need to read a manual, like the Bible, for example, people are like, that's the word of God, you need to follow that. No, that's a control book. Okay, it has good stories in it. It has, like, you know, sayings in it and verses in it and whatever that are definitely correlating to what's going on right now. But if you look at I'm just giving an example. If you look at that Bible as your book, as the way you have to live life, that's a controlled timeline. Does that make sense? Okay? If you're like, oh, well, the Bible says, so I can't do this. So are you really being yourself? Or if you're going to work and you're following rules at work and you're miserable at work and you're unhappy at work because of the control at work or, you know, other individuals, okay, so you have something controlling you from your workplace, so you're going to work and you're being controlled, and that's not yourself, so you're not in an organic timeline. Okay, timeline is how you perceive life. It's where you're going. There's multiple different realities, and right now there's people coming in trying to trigger us out of our organic reality and get us into a distorted reality, because the distorted timelines are controlled by outside forces. I don't know how else to explain it, because it's really hard to explain it, but it's like you're miserable in the alternative timelines that are controlled. You're not going to be happy, you're not going to feel afraid, that sort of thing. Okay, there's always going to be obstacles. Your life loops in the same karmic loop over and over again. Okay, that's why there's people coming in right now trying to trigger some of you into, you know, the controlled timeline. All right. Right, and if a masculine is making you upset, you guys get the hell out of that. Like, don't tolerate that. These connections, there's so much bullshit being taught, and I'm just gonna make that clear. I don't agree with it. I think it causes pain. I think it causes unnecessary pain, unnecessary expectations that don't seem to prevail in reality. Okay, and that's taking away from what divine law is, and natural law is, which is letting go and just going with the flow. Okay. I do feel the masculine energy, you guys. Their thought here on this connection with the devil here and the Two of Cups, like some of them are just keeping you at arm's reach, okay? And this has got to stop, okay? Or they're coming in and giving you false promises or that sort of thing. There's a lot of illusion going on for the masculine energy anyways, so it's masculine energy inside of you and the masculine you're probably dealing with, okay? There's like illusion behind that, like keeping you prisoned and that sort of thing. And I always say, you guys, when it comes to being tied down to something, look at how that door is always open there, right? Because it's an illusion. You're not trapped. You're not prisoned. You're not. Okay? So it's allowing outside forces here to control your own inner masculine energy. Okay, it's allowing this connection to control you. Okay, the masculine is an illusion about that kind of stuff right now, is what I'm seeing. They're not following divine path. Okay, they're not following divine path. Like, a lot of you feel like this masculine is going backwards right now, or stagnant, or not moving, not taking action. They're not following divine path. Very slow moving energy here, very hesitant energy here. Okay, very leery energy here. That's why I feel like the masculine right now is just kind of staying back in that sort of energy, okay, and not accepting. Warrior Bride, I can't answer this for you. If you're not feeling uneasy, if you're feeling uneasy about your connection, then you probably should let go of it. Okay, you're still holding on to something. You still have fear. You have fear. You should not have fear about losing somebody in a connection like this. Okay, if you have fear about losing them, if you're in your divine path in yourself and letting go, then you're being controlled. Fear is controlling this whole world to be conformed. Okay? The masculines are in fear, but your inner masculine for some of you is in fear as well. So it's projecting that fear out and drawing more of it in. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, baby Thor's been, well, he's with his sister right now, so I'm going to get off here soon here. He's been a little bit grumpy. Okay, so the masculine's having to work on taking their power back right now, okay, because they have no control over their life. They have no control over their life right now. That's kind of what I'm seeing. Is that sort of energy as well. Yeah, the baby's been good. He just feels these weird shifts too. He's really sensitive. So is Freya. All my kids are, but those two are really bad. They're really sensitive. So masculine. They're needing to choose themselves first, you guys. So they're being pushed to shift their focus right now, I feel. And I do feel that it's just like it's in their environment. It's you know, with the feminine as well. The masculine is at the point right now where they need to let go of the energy of the feminine too, because they're holding on to the feminine's energy. They're codependent on the feminine's energy. They're codependent on the feed from the feminine, which is why they come in, okay, and try to trigger you guys or treat you like shit to get that reaction on you. That's why people are doing that right now to a lot of you that are in your truth, okay? People are trying to trigger you to get a feed. So I do feel the masculine is doing this, okay? Because they don't want to change and they don't want to do that kind of thing. So don't take it personal that they're doing that, or they may seem off or that sort of thing, okay? If people are coming in trying to trigger you and get you off path, like, don't take it personal, you guys. It really is a projection of their lack of control in their life, really. Yeah, they are codependent on the feminine energy. Like, Megan, you're absolutely correct on what you just said about people trying to get people in dictation. Yep, that happened to me the last 2 days. Okay? Just comments on my channel and trying to tell me I'm not love and light and shit, whatever. I'm just fucking done with that shit. You know? Just don't even listen to that. I wish I could take a swim in the ocean, you guys, but it's so windy here right now. It's just absolutely insane. And I'm really like cold-blooded, so I get really cold. So I got into the ocean yesterday. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. But yeah, it's really windy and the waves are absolutely insane right now. But there's a pool outside here that I could maybe get into. So yeah, don't take it personally, guys, but, you know, when it comes to individuals trying to dictate me, for example, I just say, don't talk to me. I don't consent. Thank you, Rosanna. I appreciate it. Like, you don't have to consent to that. Like, don't take it personal, but you don't have to accept it. You know what I'm saying? It's tests, it's projections. So when the masculine comes in to trigger you, to try to get a feed out of you, they're still addicted to your energy. They're still trying to feed on your energy, okay? And a lot of times what they do is they come in for some of you and do this in like real sneaky ways is what I feel. You know, people do this in sneaky ways in general, like trying to get you to feel bad for being your truth, trying to get you to feel bad for letting go, trying to trigger you, you know, from the wounded energy that you've been working on letting go of. You know, healing is always, always happening. Okay, so yeah, it's just, and like the dictation off social media, yes, that is going on, Megan, you're absolutely right. Yeah, the Jesus shit, don't even get me started on that. The Yeshua, the Jesus, the Buddha, whatever, and yeah, I don't even want to start on that. Yeah, that's all control. Okay, I'm not saying they're not real, but the teachings behind it and saying you have to follow it, that is control. That's bullshit. That is another false timeline. If that is not you. If you want to follow that, then that's you. Okay, but if you don't, you feel uneasy and it feels uncomfortable, that's not you. That's putting you into a false timeline. Okay, so the masculines here, like, they're needing to shift their focus. They need to let go of the feminine's energy here and the obsession and that sort of thing as well. Okay, because a lot of you are starting to recognize the warning signs when it comes to commitment and that sort of thing. Okay, so these masculines are coming in and like trying to get you to shift your focus is what I feel. So this reading is mainly about the feminine today, so I feel like you guys needed that. Okay. Oh, thank you, Robert. It's nice to see masculines watching. So, and they're learning, you know, they're learning and they're on their own, you guys. If you keep your energy to yourself and just know the warning signs and the triggers and, you know, when they come in and trigger you, that sort of thing, they will learn things on their own without you telling them, without you saying they have to do something. That's their thing as well. Okay. But I do feel they're starting to see, the toxicity in their environment right now. So that might be why some of them are coming in to try to trigger you or even energetically trigger you, because some of you get it energetically. So you might not even be talking to this person. Okay. Or others trigger you that get you triggered about this connection, whatever your story is. Okay. I do feel that when you let go here, they're going to start seeing clearly that they do want reconnection with you. But the thing is this reconnection authentic or not? That's the question, right? So, oh, thank you. They're seeing the warning signs in their environment and what they need to let go of. Okay? And they need to let go of the sexual side of this connection as well. Some of you, letting go of sexual desires. Okay, I do feel there's been some offers coming in that have been sexual from this masculine. Okay, or this connection has been strictly like lust, sexual. It's been mistaken for love as well. There's some of that being let go as well. Okay, knowing the difference, because love is really about family. It's about balance. It's really balanced energy. It's working together as a team. Like, it's so different than what we've been taught, right? So I'll see what the masculine's healing. It's masculine energy. Letting go. Okay, so they do need to learn to let go of a lot of things and using the feminine's energy to feed their demons. Yeah. Okay, family and tribe. Okay, letting go of their false perception of what family is a big one for the masculine. Okay, I've said that many times before, but a big one for the masculine. Like, they really struggle to let go of their old demons, their old ways, and part of that is because they're following cultural things. Okay, so I feel that as well. And the masculine is doing that right now. And a lot of them, you guys, they're holding on to their darkness so much that they've been feeding the feminine's energy to it, to hold on to it, to keep it going. Okay, and then it's like some of these false twin flame teachings that I don't agree with. It's like, oh, you're just triggered because you're wounded, or, blame it on you. Like, no. Okay, they really got to deal with their own darkness here. Okay, so a lot of you are going to be transmuting your idea of cultural or, family dynamics as well. A lot of that we're transmuting in the collective in general to get rid of the old toxicity and the old programming and control behind that. So it's kind of what the masculine's being pushed to do as well. It doesn't mean they're going to leave their family or let go of everything they're holding on to, but they're going to have to be forced to look at it from a different set of eyes, if that makes sense, okay? And that's just it. Love is not control. Love is not obsession. Love is not telling somebody who they are. It's none of that. It seriously is like a sense of family, like a sense of community. Okay? So I'm going to get some messages from the masculine here. They are seeing signs. I hate separation. And that's the thing with the organic timeline. It is made from love. It's developed from love. But you do not have to feed your love and energy to the dark timelines. Okay? And I think a lot of people come in and trigger us or try to put us down in the organic timeline to try to get that feed out of us. Okay? Because they're not getting it. And these timelines, like, there's only so much that we can feed to them before it's time for them to see it themselves, okay? Yes, unconditional love with boundaries. You can still love somebody in the old timelines. We all love people that don't want to change, but it's about not enabling it, if that makes sense, because enabling is dangerous. Okay, enabling the toxicity, and don't take it personal, because a lot of people don't even see you know, and that's where like the darkness, yeah, people are in the darkness right now with control, but people are also in the false love and light with control, okay, and feel like it's just like, oh, love and light, da, da, da. And that's just not reality either, because I feel like some of the most toxic individuals come from those timelines, you know. So just be very careful with that as well, and understand that being real is part of the organic timeline, being real about what's really going on in this world, okay. And the masculines, they just want to live in delusion, okay? They want to live in delusion, and they want a way to continue living in that, all right? Yeah, a lot of the false light, you guys, is just projection. It's just projection. I'm not ready for all this. Yeah, and part of the darkness is going into the darkness and learning from the darkness. That's why we've all gotten into these programs all our life, you know, felt miserable at certain times in our life because we're going into the darkness to retrieve the light, to transmute and receive the light. But I'm done transmuting for people that don't want to change, and you should be too. You shouldn't have to do that, because it's getting more painful for us to transmute people's energy that don't want to change. Okay, they're running out of sources to continue that, and that's where the masculine's kind of at. They like the feminine continuously transmuting their shit for them so they can continue their garbage. And it's just like the energy is just not available anymore for the feminine, because the feminine's realizing that conserving their energy is benefiting them more, if that makes sense, than to give, beg, and then, you know, they become toxic as well, trying to force the masculine to be what they want it to be, to try to force them to follow the twin flame programming when they maybe don't feel it, okay, and they don't understand it. Like that's toxic too, if not more toxic to an extent, okay, if that makes sense. And they also said, you never leave my thoughts. I'm trying to find purpose. I hear you telepathically. Yeah, the dark circles around the eyes, I see that too. I kind of have them, I feel like, today, because I'm just so bloated and this toxic energy and I'm tired. But yeah, I noticed that too. And I also noticed when I've been around people that took the JAB that there's a toxicity that rolls off them literally and like grabs onto us. And that I feel immediately. Huh? Nadia has what?
Nadia has a word on her foot.
And what do you need?
The tweezle.
Huh?
For Nadia, who has a word on her feet.
I can't understand what you want. The nail clipper?
What? You made a tweezers for Nadia.
Scissors?
No, a tweezers.
A tweezers. Okay, I'll have to go look.
For Nadia, because Nadia got her feet on wood.
Okay, I'll try to find something. Okay, guys, I gotta get off here. My oldest got a sliver on her foot. Okay, so I hope I made sense about the timelines, you guys.
What are you talking to?
Yeah, I'm really bloated right now. Like, it's unreal. I was, like, looking, like, a lot thinner in my face, and I was like, overnight. It was insane. Okay. So you guys... Yeah, she said tweezers. I caught it now. So you guys, those of you that did book readings, I will try to get them out as soon as I can here. It's just, like, a bit chaotic where I'm at right now. Okay? All right, guys.